Hello everyone, welcome to your 8th Python tutorial, and in this video we're going to take a look at if statements in Python. So what are if statements? If statements allows us to make a logical comparison between a value and what you expect by testing for a condition and returning a result if that condition is true or false. So basically, if statements allows us to control the flow of our code based on a certain condition. So let's take, for example, if something is true, then I want you to do something. Otherwise, do something else. So just like in a real world scenario, you say if you're tired, you take a rest. If you're not tired, you keep working. If you commit a crime, you go to jail. Otherwise, remain law-abiding. So this is just a basic way of explaining if statements. Now let's dive into our code and see how it applies to Python. So first, I'm going to create an age variable, and let's set it equal to an input. So we're going to receive the user's input of his or her age. So we're going to say input, and here enter your age. Now, as you all know, this input stores a string. So when we do this input function in Python, it returns a string, and here we are asking the user for the age, and we all know that age is a number. So all we have to do now is to typecast this into an integer. So you know what is typecasting? From the previous video we did all this. So we can change one from one data type to another. So here we want to change this string to an integer. So all we have to do here, we're going to say an integer and close this bracket here. And here this will return a number. So let's go down and make a basic if statement. So the way we do this is by saying if, and we're going to say if age is less than 10. I'll end this with a semicolon. So this will return either true or false. So this is how to do an if statement in Python. If age is less than 10, I want you to do something here. And you can see automatically PyCharm indented this code for us. So whenever you do an if statement, when you do this line of code, you have to indent. So Python recognizes that this block of code is under this if statement. So say if age is less than 10, I want you to do this block of code. Otherwise, I want you to do something else. So what do you want to do? So we say if age is less than 10, I want you to print something to the console. So let's print out you are a young one. Yeah. Now let's run this file now. You can see it says enter your age, and let's say 8, and it says you are a young one. So this is if statements in a basic way. It says if age is less than 10, and we imputed 9, so 9 is less than 10, it prints you are a young one. So I want to make this, but let me go to my console here, to my Windows command prompt, and here I've navigated to the directory where I'm running this code. So you can basically use the PyCharm terminal, but I want this to be clear. So let's just run this code again. It says enter your age, and let's say 8. It says you are young. So let's run this code again and say enter your age. Let's do something like 11. And you see it didn't give us anything because there is no condition matching this 11, because this 11 is greater than 10 and is not less than 10. So it is false. It won't run anything because we didn't ask it to run anything. So otherwise, if you also say if age, if you also impute 10 here, it's going to return false. So let's give that something. So next thing I will show you is the elif. So if this condition is not true, I want you to do something else. So the way we do this is by saying elif. You can also do other if statements like if, but the problem with this, let's say if age is less than 40, I want you to do this block of code. So in Python, whenever it encounters this, it's run this code over here, and it's also run this other if statement. So what if they both bring out the same results? It will be printed out to the console. But here I want this to just return one thing. So here we're gonna use an elif in Python. Elif basically means an else if. You get, so you say elif. So if this condition is not true, I want you to run this. Say elif age is less than 40. So elif age is less than 40. I want you to do this block of code, and we're gonna say print, and in a string you are old enough. Now let's run this code again. Let me clear this console. And here let's say enter your age. I will say 9. It says you are a young one. So this first condition was true. This if age is less than 10. And here let's run this code again. And it says enter your age. I will say 11, and it says you are old enough. So 11 is not less than 10. So this condition was false, and it went over to this. You see, elif age is less than 14 and 11 is less than 40. So it's outputted this you are old enough. So this is how to do an if statement and an elif in Python. So the next thing I want to show you is the else statement. So what if this condition is false and this is false? What we're going to do? We're going to say else, do something. Say else, do something else, So let's say it says age is less than 10. Let's say age is not less than 10 here, and age is not less than 40. Let's say it is greater than 10 and greater than 40. So let us do something else. So this condition, if they are not true, I want to do something else. So what we're going to do here is we're going to say else. So this is an else statement, and we'll say print to the console. Now let's just say you are mature. Now let's run this again. Clear this, and let's say 50, and it says you are mature. So 50 is not less than 10, and 50 is not less than 40. It is greater than 40 and greater than 10. So this block of code was the one that was executed. So this is a basic if, elif, and else statement in Python. So I'm going to comment this off, and I want us to do a simple task to see if a user plays football or not. So over here, I'm going to create a variable. I'll call this variable football. And ask the user if he or she plays football. So here, I'm going to do an input. I will say, do you play football? And a question mark here, and in brackets we're going to specify yes or no. So the user is going to impute y or n. So yes or no, if you play football or not. So over here, let's perform this if statement. So what we're going to say is, if football, which is this variable over here, is equal to y. So if the user imputes y, I want you to do this block of code, which means if the user imputes y, it means yes. If you notice, we use a double equal sign here. So in other cases, we are using this single equal sign. And here in if statements, this is a comparison operator. You get, it's just like saying if football is if the user imputes y. But if you're using a single equal to, this is called an assignment operator. You're assigning this football variable to something here. But here you're comparing between two values. If is football equal to this, yes or no. So this is a comparison operator, and this is an assignment operator in Python. So it says if football is equal to y. So if what the user input was y. So let's print something to the console. And we'll say here is the football list. Yeah. So what if the user inputs something else like no? So what if the user says no, I don't play football? What we're gonna do? So we're gonna come down here and we'll say else. So if the user does not play football, so here let's say we are comparing between football and basketball. Do you play football? Yes. If you say no, otherwise, then that means you might be playing football and basketball or something. But let's use basketball here. So we'll say else. Print this to the console. And over here, we're going to say here is a basketball list. And here is it. Now, let's run this code. Let's clear this console and let's run this file again. It says, do you play football? And let's say a Y. You say here is a football list. And let's run this again. It says, do you play football? And I'm saying no. It says here is a basketball list. So alright there friends, I hope you get the concept of this if statement. This is the very basics of if statement, and we're gonna use this more as we go along in this tutorial. So again, and play around with it and you're gonna get used to it. So thank you.